Hey there, so today we have another review. This is courtesy of Jams the Brewer on Instagram. Check him out. And wow, this is a fun one. This is a homebrew. This is Jaded Dragon. I don't know where my... Let's see how this guy works out. So this is really fun. I'm going to talk about... let's try to get this open first. First off, packaging is the same. He got a... what is 500 mil? 750? What is this guy? What is this guy? Let's say 500 mil, right? I think so. Yeah. No. Yeah, 500 mil, 69. Yeah. He got it so it's like regular glass, but he somehow like painted it really pretty, which is actually a great idea. Ideally, it blocks some of. It's already brown glass, but ideally blocks some of the sunlight. So like ideally, you're maybe completely protected from sunlight issues of light struck. Jaded Dragon. Matcha IPA with orange peel, 75%. And then he waxed it too with a really beautiful dragon stamp on that. So that's really dope. But it's waxed, so you gotta get really into this guy. All right. And then this guy's a bottle opener? This guy's not a bottle opener, it's a wine key. Oh yeah, I got keys on me. So he sent me the whole sheet. This is what I'm like looking at right now. So this is like a, I don't know if you guys have seen this before. I don't think I've shown this before. But this is like all the info if you're a homebrewer. Or homebrewer professional brewer. Right? So on top you have name of the beer, you have, I don't know if I'm showing it right. Name of the beer, boil time, fermentables, the malt, you have the hops, the water profile, try to read backwards, yeast, extra additions, all that stuff. So it's homebrewer, you can have all that kind of stuff with you. So let's see if we can get into this guy. Yeah, so despite how beautiful this package is, it is still waxed as an IPA, which is very intense. And I mean, why not? But beautiful gold wax, really beautiful seal on that. I mean, there's no question about it. This is the most crazy packaged IPA I've ever had. I mean, like if a professional brewery was doing this, they're really showcasing something going on, right? So I thought I'd be able to, get into this guy. Come on, I gotta get past it. So I gotta get past the wax. Life of a beer reviewer, right? I will say there are breweries that do better jobs at like make it more accessible for people to get into the wax, but no, it's not bad. There's way worse. But this is a whole to do. The seal is beautiful though. That dragon's really pretty. Come on, man. I still can't get into it. You guys skip ahead if you want to, but oh, there we go. Okay. Let's talk more about the beer. I thought I'd actually talk about the beer versus spend a lot of time talking about it, or opening it. But 7.5%, flake wheat, pale two row, so a whole lot of lactose in this. Honey malt, a little bit of caramel foam, very little bit honey malt. It is hopped with Amarillo, Mandarin, Bavaria, mostly. And then a good charge of Amarillo and Mandarina, a little bit of Warrior on the dry hop side, right? Right? Where are we at on this? I don't know. Dry hop. Yeah, probably dry hop. 8 ounces matcha. 1 ounce of sweet orange peel. Okay. Cool move. By the way, I do not recommend bottling New England IPA. I forgot to say that, and that is probably why. Yeah. This got a really intense brownish hue to it. That is ugly looking, somewhat ugly looking beer. It mostly looks like New England IPA, but I don't know if you guys see it, there's certainly a brownish tinge to it. Yeah, maybe it could be even matcha. This could be really well packaged, I don't know. Yeah, small oxidation for sure. Yeah. So, I mean, when was this? So he created this on about 3 weeks ago, and I literally just got this like yesterday. So there's a citrusy tone that's quite nice. It's a mandarina. Has orangey tone to it, like really zesty. But I certainly get some oxidation. Really flat on the nose. I mean, maybe I have a little cold, but let's try it out. I'm trying to talk while I was drinking. Oh yeah, okay. Falls on the palate. This is oxidized New England IPA. It's not terribly terribly terrible. Like it's not the most terrible example I've had, but pretty bland up front. You get like some amount of like really nice orangey notes. So at some point this was peaking with really like orangey flavor. The matcha, I don't really taste. Maybe, yeah, on the back end. This is really nice, kind of pretty green tea, sweet tone. That's really nice, along with the orange. That's what it is. Orange peel is in here. Sweet orange peel is in here, so that it's not the hops that are singing so aggressively. It's maybe the play of the hops and the orange peel, but it's definitely. I feel like it tastes some oxidative notes. Maybe. I mean, I smelled it initially, so it's got to be there. It definitely tastes a little tired on the back end. Doesn't clean up too well. It's actually not bad. It's now I get it more. It's a really, however the sweet orange peel was used, is a really great way. It was boiled, interesting, boiled. I'm surprised boiled because I would suspect it was put in the whirlpool or dry hop with that, but whatever the hop profile, or maybe say Amarillo, it's just really orangey, which is quite nice. It's a bit tired. Like, again, it's hard. I don't recommend brewers try to bottle this stuff. Like, it's one of those things that you have to keg. Bottle conditioning and stuff just generally doesn't work. From what I understand, it was probably bottle conditioned. The best thing to do is just have it proper and then just do really good bottling process. Once you, I mean, ideally you're scrubbing oxygen when you're bottle conditioning. But it's also like California WP001, which is like, your workhorse. Yeast for New England IPA, which is not ideal because it doesn't push any of the fruity flavors the hops offer. Ends up a little dry. And then, again, I don't know if I'm getting oxidation or I'm getting maybe matchas. Really funky, really funky. Okay, so what I'm getting is homebrewer-ish. There's something. Is it homebrewy? I don't know. The carbonation, wow. I mean, the appearance is not great, but that could be from matcha, But the carb and the retention and everything and the mouthfeel is just like spot on. Like, it's so hard, I'd argue, for some people commercially or homebrew wise to do that, but head retention, mouthfeel is just like, that, like, so much of that experience is just commercial beer. Like, it's so good for that reason. And as you're drinking more, it's like more attractive, a little bit more tamed down. But the problem is it doesn't pop. Like, you see this bottle, you want things to sing and pop, and it's very like neutered. Now there's more of that kind of really pretty kind of like fruity green tea thing. Matcha specifically is like sweeter and has this kind of like really pretty, that like, green tea in general can be very light and watery. Matcha is more condensed and has this kind of like sweeter tone to it, almost like condensed milk, like how you have milk and condensed milk. It's like green tea and like matcha. It's like sweeter and condensed and like more attractive and It's a really good idea. Play orange with that. No hot bite at all. As I wait more, it gets really nice lingering kind of tannic kind of green tea note. That's very pretty. Okay, I'm liking the beer more and more as it warms up. Is it commercial beer? Yeah, I give commercial beer. I mean, so much of it goes to maybe the matcha to give it a weird color to it instead of New England IPA oxidation kind of nonsense. Lactose is in here. Okay, so lactose, a good amount of lactose too. Huh? And you don't taste it though, which is quite nice. I love when lactose is in a beer without you actually tasting it, and it sort of sits at a pretty place. This is actually at the I think the really pretty kind of threshold where push it more, you taste the lactose, push it less, and it just sits there at a really nice sweet tone. And I think that's exactly where New England IPA shines with lactose. Sometimes you get too fruity and it's too gross. I was talking a lot of smack and I like it more and more. Commercial beer, yeah. I don't know what its goal is because it's dry-ish, and it finished at 1022. Jeez. With the lactose too. It's actually pretty fun. I appreciate the ambition. I think it's actually a very good homebrew. Might have been talking smack about the bottling. It doesn't smell too great though. This is a problem. It really needs New England IPA or whatever you're doing with IPA really should sing, especially with the ingredients, and it really doesn't sing up for me. So try to pick apart flavors here. This is probably the hardest homebrew I've ever reviewed. It really does a lot of things, but not a lot of things either. So very good though. I'd say it's very good though. Or okay, or good. As I wait more, the lactose sweetness really helps play with that kind of hop flavor. Generally, the flavors are birdy here, a little bit of grainy sweetness, nice kind of almost like honeyed bread kind of thing is going on, which is quite nice with that. What's the addition here? We're using a lot of wheat here, so the wheat plays with the honey breadiness with the lactose. It's a generally clean beer for its 7.5 drinkability. A little matcha hits on the back end. Orange peel now sort of lingers back as the more of the hop flavors in the matcha sort of take over, and the malt. Pretty fun. It's a fun beer. It's a really interesting one, which I give a lot of points to. So now as it warms up, I definitely smell the matcha, but sort of dominated by that. So interesting. Whew. I went on a roller coaster with the guy. I was going here with this guy, then I'm here, then I'm here, and then I'm here. It's that's a fun one. Okay, let's go with solid rating on this guy. As you wait more, as it warms up, the matcha sort of takes over. And I like that flavor in IPA. I think it plays into this almost it plays almost into hop astringency, but it's sweet. And it's not matcha is actually a really pretty kind of flavor that actually plays well with hops. It has this kind of green flavor to it, but it's not as dark and bitter and dense and astringent. So it's sweet, which is quite fun. Huh. I feel like you'd redress a lot of things here and make something really pretty, but the thoughts are there, and it's 60-75% there, right? There's a lot of good characteristics, but what do I adjust? I don't know. I would definitely have a more aromatic, richly hoppy flavor up front. That's needed. It doesn't have that. The orange peel plays a good place. Matcha, good. Lactose, good. Malt, pretty okay. Water treatment, okay. So it just needs to be a little bit more bombastic, right? We're drinking a IPA, right? Maybe it needs a little bit more sharpness. No, it just needs more hopping, or hop flavor. It needs to sing more on the front palate. Like it needs to go this versus like it's flat and then goes like this. It needs more up on the front note. And it's like, yeah, you guys have seen me do this thing, but it needs more, it lays flat and then has the orange peel and the matcha and the malt, but like it needs a little bit more pop up front. The aromatics are tired. So yeah. I love the ambition. This is commercial beer. I would say that. Yeah. Commercial beer. I mean, how do you get such great carb and like retention, all that pretty stuff? Like the highlights of like what makes a commercial beer, right? Like carbonation, sticking, lacing, all that good stuff. $88. That's a great score. Jaded Dragon Homebrew Review. Thank you, Jams the Brewer. Check him out on Instagram. It's a long one of the most perplexing, crazy beers I've ever had commercially or homebrew. And I had to sit with this as homebrew even more. So, funky stuff. Funky. Thank you so much. 88. Cheers later.